Hey, I'm Dr. Mark Rosenberg, and today's video is about posture. One of my favorite movies of all times is Young Frankenstein by Mel Brooks, and I like when Dr. Frankenstein says to Igor, I can help you with that hump on your back. And Igor he's got this huge, it's called actually a hyperkyphosis. Hyper means too much, and kyphosis is the forward curve of the mid-back. It's so intense, it's been there for so long. Igor says, what hump? Okay? It strikes me as funny. He lived with it so long that he doesn't even know it's there. Well, I see that every day, and I think it's getting worse because people are using their smartphones and their iPads, and their heads are always down. Now, that's a problem with posture, and if the head stays off for a long period of time, it causes muscle strain, it can cause headaches, it can cause all kinds of other symptoms. Aesthetically, it doesn't look great, and physically, it's going to cause pain short-term or long-term. The vertebral bodies, I'm going to get one. Okay. When we take a look at them from the side, if we x-ray it this way, it should be the side should be parallel. Well, long-term folding of the head downward will actually squeeze this front of the vertebra down. If it happens at a young age, before the growth centers had finished growing, the back of the bones, not under pressure, okay, will grow a little bit more, and the front ones will stay compressed. If it happens when you're older, the disc heights, the discs in between, will get smaller at the front, and osteophytes, or small spicules of calcium, which looks like candle wax dripping down the front of the spine, will start to form. That's called osteoarthritis. So there's some real good reasons to correct this condition. Now, if you've been to my channel and been to my website, you see that I've been a practitioner of karate, of tai chi, and of yoga since I was a kid. And we always talked about posture. So let's start with yoga. If you're doing yoga, all the stretches should be in all the directions. Okay, so you should be equally stretched every way, which way you can. In tai chi, we seek to have a straight neck. Okay, that's so in Chinese medicine, the energy can flow up the front of the spine and down, up the back of the spine and down the front of the spine. In an ideal world, so both are working on the same idea, getting the neck in a most neutral, straightest position, yoga through stretching, and Tai Chi through postural holding. You can go through my all my videos. I'm not going to go over every individual stretch and how to do this. I'm going to give you an overview of why this is important. What we want to do is determine which muscles are tight. Now, what happens is when the head drops forward, these back muscles get very tight. Okay, the front muscles shorten. So the way you need to stretch your neck is back. You don't have to stretch forward. It's already forward. You don't have to do any more of that. You could go to the side, you could flex, but you don't have to go forward. All right, so you want to go back in an ideal world, and you need a partner for this. When you're sitting sideways, a gravity weight line, which is a line drawn either down the center of the body or the side of the body, your earlobe should come over the center of your shoulder. If it's way forward or your head's dropped, you're going to have problems. Now, the ideal space for the spinal cord, okay, is ensured by proper general alignment of the vertebra. So if you could picture this head forward for years, it's going to press on the spinal cord. I've seen some people, elderly, in fact, I saw some this morning, they were walking out on the trail, going for the little morning strolls, and their heads were down. I mean, my first thing is, the sun's in their eyes. It's very sunny out, they're wearing hats. But when I go over and I chat with them, they can't pick their heads up. So it might be over for them in terms of correcting that condition. They can get some relief from it. But the actual good posture where your head is up correct, okay, needs to be worked on now. Okay, if you have a cell phone, you spend a lot of time down there, and I'm guilty of it too, and I have to remind myself, put the phone up and look if you have to look at it. If your head's always down, you're going to get postural problems. So, like Dr. Frankenstein, I can help you with that hump on your back, but you have to do the work, right? So again, stretch back, and you could review my videos all through the channel on all the proper neck stretches and the safety devices, the safety precautions that you need to take. Strengthening, I didn't go with that. There's a video on strengthening on the channel here. You don't need to go to the front. It's already strong enough. You need to strengthen pushing back. So you put your fingers against the back of your skull and push back for a count of 3 to 5 and release. Push back for a count of 3 to 5 release. Now, in the videos, I go over general ways to use those, either strengthening or stretching exercises. This is specific to poor posture with the head down. You want to reverse it. You know, if it's happening when somebody's young, it's going to deform the vertebra. If it's happened older, the vertebra is going to get arthritis and really huge loss of range of motion. And we all know people that, you know, can't turn their heads down. We don't want to be that. So let's work on that. So stretch, strengthen, and again, get somebody to look to see if your earlobe is over your shoulder. That's the gravity weight line. And be honest, and you might, some people, when I've made this correction, you know, let's pull your head back a little bit. They don't like it because it feels like it gives them a double chin. Okay. I can't help you with that. That's maybe a topic for another video. You might get a double chin, you know, appearance of one, but your posture will look better. And, you know, a lot happens when your posture's better. Your attitude's better. You know, you approach things differently. But that's up to you, for you to find out as you get better and better with your posture. Okay, that's today's video. If you haven't downloaded my free book, all the links are down there. There's also my other book, which is $1.99. If you look at your health in a new way, I cover a lot of topics. The free book, the How to Stretch Handbook, gives you links to all the videos within my channel, and there's a lot of videos here. So get to work. I'll speak to you soon.